Go. I should probably pull this up. Sound check. Sound check. Awesome. Well, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from, and welcome to the crypto live stream. I have my headphones on. I'm not really sure why, because it's not like I'm going to be hearing any sound. So, what's going on, everybody? This is, when is the title of this live stream? I didn't even think about it. I said I was going to do it. Oh, I know what I'm going to title this. Anything. Thank. Awesome. Perfect, perfect. Let's see if that fixed it. I don't know if it did. Do I have to, like... I don't know how to change my title. I might have to go in here and do that. The more I think about it. Is there a way for me to do that? If there's not, it's whatever. But what's going on, guys? Yeah, I guess we just do that. Okay, yeah, cool. It did fix. Awesome. What's going on, everybody? Let me go ahead and get the link live for this. And we're going to post this in the Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, I highly recommend it. We're going to go ahead and post this on the Twitter as well. Oh, Twitter. I don't know what I need. Oh, that wasn't what I needed. That was what I needed. Awesome. So what's going on, everybody? It is the Crypto Analyst here. I got all of that sorted out. And today, we're going to be doing a couple things. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone for over 100 subscribers. I think I'm at, well, I can't check right now because I'm on the live stream. Well, yeah, I can. I think I'm at 101. Yeah, I'm at 101 subscribers, so that is awesome. I have a video coming out very shortly saying thank you and going over all of my statistics for the channel. Viewer count, where everyone's from, what gender they are, how much time I have watched, everything like that. It's pretty cool getting to just be so open about it and not having to hide anything. So that's awesome. But a couple other things I want to do besides just saying thank you and taking requests from anybody who has questions and doing either technical analysis or just answering a question or whatever that may be. Another thing I want to do is just go through a couple of the main holders that I have, like Tron and Ripple, and explain why I hold them, and go back to the charts and do, I guess, a technical analysis on those guys, and make sure that people understand why I'm invested in them and why I think that they're going to succeed. So that's it. Like that's the bulk of it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to TradingView here. What's the easiest? The easiest way is probably just do this from Snipers. Honestly, he has a perfect link to it. Oh, maybe he didn't put it in. Yeah, there it is. So, Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I still have this pulled up from my last video. Let's go back to XRP here. Oh, this thing is following perfectly. This thing is literally doing exactly what I said it would do. I called this. I don't know if any of you guys are. I might even do a video of its own on this, because if you guys don't know, this is so beautiful to see. I called this chart perfectly. I called this one perfectly. I think I'm going to call Tron perfectly. I don't know what it's been, but I mean, I know what it is. I know what I'm doing, but since I've started this channel, I have had 100% accuracy with every single one of my predictions. So let's draw some stuff here. I'll probably make a video on this. So we're just gonna draw it from like here to like. Do we want to just do it to here? I feel like that's not as accurate. Let's just do it from here. This will just be like a rough triangle. It'll be a really rough triangle, but. It should honestly be further down. Whatever. It'll do. So we're going to draw that triangle. We're going to draw that triangle. Then we're going to draw this third triangle. I extended that one a little bit too long. So, here's the deal. Here is the deal. If you guys watch any of my videos recently, I just did the same deal with Tron here. This is crazy. So, what we have is the same pattern. We have the. Hopefully you guys watched the last video, but if you didn't, I would definitely recommend checking it out, and why I believe Tron is about to just freaking skyrocket here pretty soon, within the next month or two. I think Tron's going to blow up, like huge. I think we're going to see an all-time high for sure for Tron by the end of this year. I think Tron will be, if Bitcoin does, like everyone's saying, Bitcoin's going to hit 50, 64,000, whatever it is. I think if that happens, then we'll see Tron for sure be at least 50 cents, and right now it's 5. So if you guys bought when I told you to at 2 cents, that would be an absolute massive gain, a 25 times gain, 25x gain. But we're not talking about Tron right now. We're talking about Ripple. We'll get into Tron later. So Ripple, we have our three triangles, guys. So our indicators, guys. First triangle. This is a dead giveaway. So first triangle. It is a basically. So what this is this is a harsh drop. We have the harsh, and it's still just about as long. Second drop. What we're hoping for is that the second drop is not as harsh, but it's going to be long, filled in perfectly. Third drop, what we always hope for is that it's both not as harsh and not as long. Third drop worked out perfectly. As we zoom in right on this triangle, it is both not as long and not as harsh of a drop. And what I mean by harsh is that the drop isn't as extreme, because if we look at how far this one dropped from, what was that, 20,000 Satoshis all the way to around 11 to 12,000 Satoshis. This one dropped from 14,000 to 9,000, so it's almost half as much. But it's over a longer period of time. This one's both not as long and not as harsh. This one only dropped from around 12,700 to 10,200. That's only about 1,500 lost in Satoshis, which is not bad at all. Or is it 2,005? Anyway, it's not nearly as bad. It's both shorter and not as bad. So what we're going to do here is we are going to see the exact same thing that's happening in Tron. If you guys are not, I'll show Tron and what I mean by the exact same thing that's going to happen here. What we'll see is we could actually, it's very possible that we see Ripple actually shoot up some here and then drop down a little bit more. There's two options of what's going to happen here. I'm not going to draw out anything yet. It's very possible that we see this go down probably around 9,000 Satoshis and then shoot up and then drop down again. Or what it does here is it just goes up and it might even just break out. But it's very possible it just breaks out. So what we're seeing is it's going to keep repeating this pattern of the triangular patterns until it breaks out. But each time it does it, it's going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and really just honestly less harsh, and they're not going to last as long. So that's one thing that could happen, is that the pattern just keeps repeating itself until it breaks out, and it's just going to keep growing smaller and smaller and smaller. Or another thing that's very, very possible is that it just breaks out from here. I think it's from what the chart looks like, and basically from the news. If you guys have looked anything at Ripple lately, Ripple XRP looks like it is inevitable, and the chart's backing this up. From the news, it looks inevitable that it's going to break out and it's going to go huge. And from the charts, it looks that exact same way. It has two options, and the two options are that it either keeps repeating this pattern until it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller, or until the pattern gets so small it just breaks out, or it just plummets, which, it's not going to happen in the market that we have right now, being the number 3 coin. It's not just going to like close pattern, shoot down. It's just not. Unless it comes out that they're like sued and the whole company was like a fraud and Ripple was BitConnect or something like that. Like this pattern's going to keep repeating itself and it's just going to shoot, or it's just going to break out of the. It's just going to break the, or it's just going to break out. So I think something that's very, very likely here is that we'll see one more triangle, and I think Ripple's going to have a breakout after that. This one might go on a little bit longer. I think it's very possible it could go like a little bit up, and I think we're going to see a little bit more drop. But then I think it's going to repeat itself here. So what we can do is let's just say we get like another triangle, and let's just say that other triangle is like here to like here or something. And then it just goes like this. I don't know, something like this. Very rough, but let's just say we have another triangle like this, right? It's going to go like this, and then you're going to see that this one's going to be smaller over here. It's going to be a little bit lower. And then at some point, you're just going to see it go like... And this isn't all going to be one bar, but you're going to see again. Well, here, we'll do a couple different bars, but I think you're going to see a bar like this. Let's just go ahead and draw out the whole thing because we got time, don't we? And people are going to make fun of me for this, but hey, people make fun of everything. So that's what I'm thinking XRP is going to do. I don't think we're... Okay, that might be... Okay, so this is kind of an extreme version. What we're going to do is, or what I'm going to tell you guys, figure that this was just a little bit lower here. Or figure that this thing wasn't as extreme. Can I make this smaller? Oh, I can. Perfect. So imagine this whole thing was just like a little bit smaller, though. So that would be the goal, the ideal. Is that this whole thing was just like a little bit smaller. I can just move all this. That is beautiful. Because we're not looking to go back to the all-time high yet. Not like this fast. But this is an idea of what the graph will look like after Ripple's done here. I think we're going to break out. I think Ripple's easily... What are we at now? Ripple's at $1.13. I think it's very possible that we see Ripple go back to like $2 very soon. And by very soon, I don't mean like tomorrow or in a week from now, but like when I say very soon in terms of cryptocurrency, that's like a month or like 2. I think long term for crypto is like, people don't understand that cryptocurrencies. All people know is that they hear cryptocurrencies on the news, and people are talking about these stories of how they made 100,000, a million, or $10 million on cryptocurrency in this short period of time. Guys, short period of time. Like when people say that, it's in perspective of stocks. Stocks, they take like 20 years, like for some, or 25 years or whatever, and people make like a mil or whatever from stock. Like most people, not like these huge investors that get really lucky, but like that's what it is. In perspective of stocks, cryptocurrencies move way faster. And now I'm not saying like weeks or months or whatever. Some coins do that. Some coins shoot up 1,000% in a month or in a day or whatever it is, and that's very possible. But for the most coins, for the most mainstream coins, that doesn't usually happen. You don't usually see 1,000% increase. But I think in perspective of like 2 months from now or a month from now, I think Ripple is going to easily be over $2. I think March 31st is my deadline. I said Tron is going to have a massive shoot up by March 31st, excuse me. And I think Ripple is going to be in the same boat. I believe first quarter of cryptocurrency ends March 31st, and that's why I made that deadline. Could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure first quarter of cryptocurrencies end March 31st. So that would be, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. So that's my prediction. I think $2 by March is easy. That's almost a 2x gain, even if you buy right now. I am currently have no more money to invest into XRP or Tron or anything. I wish I did, but I'm a college student right now, so I don't really have that much time to work. I'm a full-time student, and we will see. We will see. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, guys, this is definitely what I see happening to Tron here. The all-time high being around 23,000 Satoshis. I think it's very possible that we see 16,000, 17,000 pretty secure soon. Right now we're at 10,000, so I think if we see a 10,000 increase gain in Satoshis, I think it's very, very possible that it's going to happen. And by the end of quarter one for sure. If it's not, then dang, I guess I'm wrong, but I haven't been wrong so far. So I think if we don't see $2 by March 31st, I will be, well, I think it's possible. By the end of quarter one, $2. I think that's bullish, but I think it's very possible. I'll put it that way. But if it's not, I think it'll be like $1.90 or something. If it's not, but like I feel like $2 is very, very possible for Tron by March 31st. So quarter one predictions. Am I right? TRX. So let's do this. The favorite. I don't know what people like more on my channel, Tron or Ripple. I like them both. Tron can make you a lot of money fast. Ripple is just it's such a good crypto. So I just did a video on this, guys. Here we see the exact same chart from Tron, which is weird because they're such different coins. But we have our first triangle here, our harsh, and this is just the harsh drop. The harsh triangle is what we call this. Harsh and a little bit shorter. Then we have not as harsh but longer. And then we have both not as harsh and not as long. Same pattern. Then what do we see next? I always say what we see next is we see the exact same thing happening, just the less severe and shorter. So we're seeing it just basically goes from not as harsh, shorter, not as harsh, shorter. What we're going to do is I said that we're going to see, I think, one or two more triangles before Tron breaks out. I think Tron's going to break out before Ripple, but that's just my opinion. So I think Tron is a very good hold for right now. And so what's going to happen here is that there's one of two options. I think at the end of this second circle, or at the end of this last triangle, I drew it, but I don't think it's going to be up yet. I think what we're going to see is there's two options. One option is that it just shoots down a lot. I am very, very confident that that's not going to happen, like 99% chance, but, it's possible. There's a possibility in everything. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to see this, and I think we're going to see it take off after this triangle that's not formed. Guys, I've been forming, and I've been doing videos on Tron, technical analysis, drawing these things up. Said this was going to happen, called that this one's going to happen. I just called yesterday, I think that this one was going to happen. It's following the exact same path, and it looks like it's going to form. And then I said, we have one more triangle, and so we'll see how accurate it is. But so far, like, I'm leaving these triangles up here because I want to see how accurate it is. And so far, I've been nearly spot on. So it's crazy to look at how accurate the whole analysis is. Technical analysis, it helps, gives you a head up, and so does news though. So I would say never judge anything just off news. Actually, well, okay, I would say judge more things off news than technical analysis. But if you have both news and technical analysis backing it up, I think it's a pretty safe option if you can do both and look at things. So if you guys have anything that you guys want me to do a technical analysis on right now, be sure to. Oh, it's getting late. Be sure to be sure to put it in chat. Excuse me. If you guys have any suggestions of what you guys want me to either do a video on or what you guys want me to talk about right now, or have any questions you guys want to ask me about a coin or about a site or about what I think is going to happen with the market or anything, or you guys just want me to do a technical analysis of a coin, be sure to let me guys know, or be sure to let me know, guys, and I will look it up here while I'm live, and we can just kind of talk about it. And yeah, it's good here live and just look at coins. And hopefully we can talk and find some stuff out. I think. And in the meantime, I guess until anyone asks or tells me to search anything or do a technical analysis, let's talk about. I don't know which coin we should talk about. I guess we can talk more about Ripple. So I have basically the biggest problem with Ripple that people talk about. Excuse me. Is that their whole coin burning process and how it's too slow to even matter, and basically it's going to take like so many years before it's even relevant. And so I agree that the coin burning is not nearly as great as other coins. However, I think something that's going to happen with something that's going to happen on cryptocurrency. So this is a talk that's been been happening a lot recently in the crypto world, mainly amongst like YouTubers and other big names in crypto, is that we don't see the problem of the coin burn being a problem. What we see being a problem is that there's not going to be enough coins to go around for everybody. The whole idea of a coin burn is good and all, and that we're reducing the number of coins. However, I think in like 10 years, I don't know what that'll put me at 30. God, that'll put me at 30 years old. That's weird. I think, but in 10 years, guys, I think people like, okay, I'm not a huge fan of Bitcoin, but since it's the first one, it's going to be around. I think in like 10 years from now, people are going to be struggling to buy an entire Bitcoin. And this is what all the talk on, I was just watching stuff about it today because YouTubers were talking about it. Other YouTubers. And they were talking about how it's going to be a struggle to buy an entirety of a Bitcoin. And that we already have some of these whales and millionaires and billionaires that are already in the market now buying up cryptocurrency. What's going to happen when the ones who didn't jump in, because we have only like only a minority of these million and billionaires that are in cryptocurrency right now. What's going to happen when all of the rest come pouring in and they all want to buy these massive holdings in cryptos? But there's simply the supply just isn't there. So they're going to come in, and let's say Bitcoin is in 10 years like $100,000 or something, or more, and like all of the Bitcoins already bought up. Someone has already bought all the Bitcoin. What we're going to do is that these millionaires, billionaires, these whales are going to come in, and they're not going to, or they're going to be able to. I guess if you have enough money, you're going to be able to buy whatever. But it's going to be very hard for people to just own a Bitcoin anymore. Like to own an entirety of a Bitcoin, like one Bitcoin. It's going to be super hard for people to hold. So I think the problem is going to be is that supply and demand is going to end up kicking in, and these things are going to grow in price. And eventually, once enough people start buying them, I don't know what they're going to do, because the coins are only going to become less and less and less. And like, what's going to happen in say like 30 years when like it becomes an even bigger problem, or 40 or 50 years when coins are really starting to burn out? And guys, realize that the more people that use the coin, the more people that own and use and are transferring the coins and all that, the faster it burns. So what's going to happen in like 50 years from now when we're just burning through coins, and we've already burned through so many? Like, I think that's the problem that I see with cryptocurrency in the future, is that eventually we're gonna burn through coins too fast. I mean, that's great for if you guys if anyone buys in soon, like whatever, that's gonna be great because their supply and demand is gonna kick in and things are just gonna skyrocket. And people, man, the people who own them are gonna be like, who wants to pay 10K first for whatever? And you know, we'll see for sure. And it's not anything for sure, but it's very likely that supply and demand just kicks in here. I'm gonna eat some. Guys, I got some Chipotle for dinner, so excuse me for eating. But I think that's something that people need to be aware of. Before you buy a coin, guys, let's talk about this. This is something that everybody needs to realize. Before you buy a coin, I might do a video on this as well. Before you buy a coin, you need to know how many are in supply, how many are released currently. You need to know what they are working towards, and you need to know about their burn system, their coin burn system. I think those 4 things are the most crucial aspects that anyone can do or should have to know before buying a cryptocurrency. Those are so crucial towards any coin because people, what they do is they don't understand. They look at, say, Tron. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this up. They look at Tron and they see, oh, this coin's 5 cents. Who's to say this coin isn't going to be the next Bitcoin? Why can't this hit $17,000? And then you go, wait, and I have to walk people through this because they go, oh, this is the next coin that's going to make me rich. I can't wait till this hits 1,000 like Bitcoin did and whatever. It's so possible in the next 2 years. And it's like, no, like, look at the look at the circulating supply. Total supply, 100 billion. 100 billion circulating supply right now. 65 billion. Well, what's Bitcoin? 21 million. Circulating supply right now, almost 17 million. And people don't understand that, and they don't look at that, and they don't look how fast the coins burn. And I'm very, very sure I'm pretty sure when I say this that Tron burns a whole lot faster than Bitcoin, a whole lot faster. So that's something, and so you need to be aware of the coin burn. Or I just talked about them. Basically, if you guys know those 4 things, then you guys, and you feel safe. And you also need to look at scalability. That's the 5th one. Scalability and how it works into the future. Does it have a future? Can it work well in the future? Is it fast? Is it cheap? Stuff like that. So scalability of a coin is also super, super important. Yeah, there's not too much else to talk about here. If there, I don't know if there's even anyone in chat right now, but hopefully we can get more people on these live streams. I want to have these live streams so that they can be very interactive, and that's something, a goal of the channel that I want to do. So yeah, that's honestly about all I have to say for this live stream, guys. I don't think we had any comments, but hopefully some people watch this back. Hopefully we can make these a little bit more interactive, and maybe I can make it like an official schedule of when we can do live streams here. I like it because they're more laid back and chill, and I can kind of just jump from point to point to point instead of having to make like a scripted video and like kind of like practicing it and making and editing the whole thing. I enjoy live streams because they're a very good change of pace. I like videos a lot, but it's a good change of pace to do a live stream like once or twice a week. So hopefully I can do that more consistently. But yeah, so let's look. Oh, one more thing I always like to do on my live streams before I head out. I always like to look at the top coins up here and what has grown the most. Wow, Polybeth. Jeez, man. Remember when this thing launched? Man, if you would have bought up here, it would have sucked. $1.30. That would have sucked, dude. Jeez. The people who bought down at 56 cents they were bold men, that's for sure. So what, if you would have bought like right when it came out, Dang, that'd be pretty nice. Pretty nice gains. Polymath. What are they ranked at? 75? I'm not a big fan of Polymath, I'm gonna be honest. But right across the board, there really is no reason why the market is down right now. I don't know. I was here talking, not talking. I was listening to another YouTuber about why the market's down, and he was like, "There's really no reason." Polymath, Digidog. Yeah. It's so weird. Whew. So wait, so if we go to the what is this? See, this is okay. So what I just did is I just went to the view all for cryptocurrencies, so we can see out of all 15,045. I think there's too many cryptocurrencies out in the market right now. That's my firm belief, is that there's too many, and it needs to stop with like the stupid ones. And I don't know, it's annoying. I think there's too many coins, but it's me. And so many of them are they're useless. Like Natcoin. It is almost the lowest ranked coin. It's up 275%, 276%. Market cap unknown. That's the best. Market cap unknown. Wait, it actually it was at $2 at one point, and now it's at 1 cent. Wait. Wait, I'm confused. What a pump and dump. Jeez. Going from 5 cents, 30 cents. Jeez, what a pump and dump. I don't know. These low coins are so sketchy. Would not recommend it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this live stream to an end if there are no questions or anything like that. I don't think anyone's on here anymore, but thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, guys, thank you so much for 100 subscribers, just over 100 now. It's so awesome to see. So awesome to see everything growing and people enjoying the content and liking and commenting and everything along those lines. So thank you guys so much for that. And hopefully I got another video coming out soon. It's been a little bit hard to think of videos lately. There's not been too much coming out about cryptocurrency, but I will be sure to just, keep grinding, keep searching, and keep putting out videos because that's what I love. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.